the shit I was doing that I survived, I don't know how I did it. I don't know. I was involved, with bad people. Because once heroin
I was going to say, who's enabling through that?
Well,
Like longtime friends?
Anybody who likes money.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, dealers, is fucking, they'll do anything for cash. And I had a way to make cash. But, I had once you get heroin in the game and dope sickness comes in, you're in withdrawals, it changes everything. But then
seeing it still freaks me out. If I see like powder or drugs like that, I always get a little like, oh, it's all right. It's just got real in here.
Here's how much of a drug addict I was. I went to do stand up for the troops in Afghanistan. I did a USO tour with Attell and
Gary.
It's my favorite. One of my favorite Attell stories. There were two rules when we did stand up for the troops. One was you couldn't talk about the president. The other one was you couldn't talk about masturbating. I guess it's like an epidemic over there or something. And I was there for 10 days. I almost broke a fucking record. But so Attell goes on stage. First thing Attell says in front of all these troops, he goes, "Listen, we can't talk about masturbating, and I'm not going to break that rule. I'll listen to that rule. What I'd like to do is tell you about the time I was fucking a sock with shampoo in it."
I always love from that story, from the Afghanistan story, that Attell called in his avails to Esty.
Okay, that's one of the best comedian stories of all time. So we're in, it's me, Florentine, Attell, Baba Booey from the show, and there you go, and Nick DePaul. So it was like a Klan meeting.
But a really funny Klan meeting.
No, yeah, absolutely, one of the funniest ones.
What a show.
So so we get under mortar attack. After a show, we're under fucking mortar attack. So they take us. It was like a goddamn movie. We do a set, and we stop, and we're in a Hummer going to sign autographs for the troops. This is in Kandahar, and it says incoming, and we're in a bunker with these fucking these Marines with AKs on their back playing poker. Like everything will be fine. Don't worry about it. So afterwards, the next morning, it made it to the paper somehow. It's a big picture of me and Baba Booey in the Daily News. Stern almost loses two of his. Whatever the fuck, nice. To a mortar attack. So we're worried our family is going to be worried about us. So Florentine found the phone we could call Jersey. So I call my mom. Florentine calls his girlfriend. I'm fine. I hear Attell going, "Yeah, I can do next Thursday." And I go, "Are you talking to Esty calling your avails?" He goes, "Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about me." That's a dedicated comedian. Yeah, but I'm in Kabul, which is the start of the heroin trail. I'm on stage and I'm going, holy shit, there's all this fucking fresh heroin over that mountain. I'm doing my act and that's all I'm thinking about is getting high.
So you want to go find like a guy with a camel and be like, take me to the bad neighborhood of Kabul.
Well, think about it.
Be like, you're here. It's Kabul.
It's heroin that hasn't been smuggled into the country. I'm like, the heroin I do over here has been smuggled in. Some broad swallows it and shits it out at gunpoint at Best Western.
Cut. Like this is some disco shit. This is the pure uncut.
This has never been shit out by a scared Colombian girl.
Yeah.
Again, when you're dope sick, there's nothing. It's like not having oxygen every 8 hours. You got to get it somehow. So I would land in a city. I'd have to go to the worst part of fucking St. Louis, Pittsburgh.
And you'd literally just try to find somebody.
I'd have to cop dope because I was afraid to take it on the plane.
Sure.
With all this fucking 9/11 bullshit, they search everything. I mean, that guy's got a bomb. I got some dope.
And you need a guy. And you need a guy who's gonna like sort of either not know who you are or keep crazy quiet.
Well, sometimes these motherfuckers would I did a lot of crazy shit. I went to a Klan meeting in Indiana.
Well, we've all done that.
It's like seeing Springsteen in Jersey.
You gotta go see him the Homecoming show.
I needed.
You gotta see the Grand Wizard work the Hometown show. Yeah, it's the same set, but he puts a little something on it.
He's got a T-shirt gun.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
I needed dope. So this guy, I was doing Hammond, Indiana, some casino, and this guy with a shaved head goes, "I can get you dope. You come over to my place. We're all big fans." So I go to his place.
You have to Jew.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, done that. And I said, well, I'll come by, but how are we gonna work this out? He goes, well, come by and meet everybody, and we got some crystal meth with opiates in it, so it'll get you. They call it getting off E, getting off empty. So I'm like, all right. So I go there, and the guy goes, why don't you tell a few jokes in the backyard? I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm at a KKK meeting, and I'm like, so. I'm like, what jokes do you tell at a KKK meeting? So.
Lewis's.
I get up and I did this joke because it's an old joke. I said it's great to be here. A priest and a rabbi are walking down the street. They see a 10-year-old boy. The priest says, "You want to fuck him?" The rabbi goes, "Out of what?"
They carried you up. They put you up on a chair.
And then I said, someday the Mexicans are going to outnumber the humans. And then they gave me the drugs. So I got involved with bad people. You lose your soul. You lose your soul. You know, that's the only thing.
But so you would go into like just fucking horrible neighborhoods, like you just
try to
land on a
you'd ask
plane.
you the same way that I would ask for weed on a Friday night right now. You would just go be like, hey, do you know where I can cop some dope?
But everybody's afraid of dope because, you know, you get caught selling to someone. And I would tell all these dealers, I'm like, bro, Google me, man, because, you know, I'm gonna bring heat, but there's a lot of money involved. So they would make like a decision, like, all right, I'll take it, because I don't want these guys finding out later and then trying to kill me, you know.
Right.
So I just got involved with a lot of crazy motherfuckers, gang guys and all this shit. And,
What's the crazy situation you find yourself in? Do you know what I mean? I just like,
right,
I know the weird places I've been for pussy. I couldn't imagine for heroin.
I tell this story. I tell the story in my act now. This is a true fucking story. So I'm in. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me. I was in Cleveland. That's it.
No! Why didn't you change earlier?
No, okay, I'm in Cleveland. I do a show at a theater, sold out show. This is like about 3 years ago. And I'm dope sick. So this kid says to me, this 21-year-old kid says to me, I got a dealer in Akron, Ohio. So I can set you up. I'm like, all right. So I get in the kid's car. He's like a 21-year-old kid. He has like a 82 Fiat. Google Fiat.
Tiny.
It took 4 hours to get to Akron. Rabbits were beating us on the highway. So I get to the dealer's house. And when you buy, anyone here do heroin? Pussies. So I get to the dealer's house, and the kid was a jet black skin black kid. He looked like Don Cheadle's taint.
That's dark.
All right. He had no idea who I was. He wasn't my demographic, put it that way. But when you buy heroin, on the bags of dope, there's names of like famous junkies sometimes. They'll put like Keith Richards on it. So the kid had two types of heroin: Bobby Brown and Artie Lange.
That was a type of heroin?
The type of heroin.
The same way Joe Rogan got his own weed strain, you got a heroin strain?
I had a brand of heroin. So the fucked up thing was, at the gig in Cleveland, on the marquee, my name was spelled wrong. On the heroin, it was spelled perfectly. Jamal remembered the E. So now I'm like freaking out. I'm going, my name is on fucking poison. Like I'm going, this is horrible. So the kid is like all impressed by it. He thought it was the coolest thing ever. He says to me, he goes, you've achieved so much, man. I'm like, what, bro? Like, what do you want me to fucking put it on my refrigerator? So he goes, so, you know, it's Bobby Brown, who's a famous scumbag, and me. I guess I'm a famous scumbag. So the kid says, why don't we try to get free heroin because you're like a celebrity? I go, dude, what is the fucking game plan? The guy doesn't know who I am. I'm going to walk in there and go, hey, you know the name on the heroin? That's me.
That would have blown his fucking mind. You've been taking selfies all
first
day.
Of all, what are the fucking odds, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so the kid says, I'll do it, but I'm afraid of the kid, so you got to come in with me. So I'm like, all right. So I'm standing 2 feet from the kid, and the kid's trying to explain to the dealers. The funny, he's going, the name on the heroin, that's the guy. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's all confused. The name on the heroin. And the dealer said one of the funniest things I've ever heard a human being say. He looks at me for like 2 seconds, looks back at the kid and goes, that ain't Bobby Brown.
Oh, shit.
There wasn't enough room for me to laugh in the structure. I was outside rolling around on a lawn in Akron like a fucking manatee on angel dust. And by the way, my next book is going to be called That Ain't Bobby Brown.
I thought you were going to call it Manatee on Angel Dust.
Yeah. I got 8 months clean and sober, by the way.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome, bro.
That is.
Get Artie a drink. Hold on.
Yeah, right. People ask me stupid questions like, what happened to your nose? I'm like, too much yoga. I stopped to smell the roses in life and they had cocaine on them.
You fell asleep in the downward dog position?